Hello everybody, I'm Stephanie with Charmed Southern Home, and I am excited to be involved in the vintage Christmas event this weekend that Tracy has put on for us. And thank you so much, Tracy, for everything you've done. And I hope you guys have been enjoying the shows that have been on, the sellers that were on Friday and the crafters from yesterday. And then so far today, we're just getting kind of kicked off. So I hope if you've missed any of the shows, you can go back and re-watch those. Be sure to follow anybody that that you've seen on there. So hello, Diane. So I am going to go ahead, while I am waiting just a minute or two to be shared over into that group, I'm going to go ahead and go over a couple things here to show you guys what we're going to be doing. Let me grab my cone. So we are going to make a tree ornament. It's going to be a snowman snow cone, and we're going to be doing it with what is this, paper mache. Hello, Miss Tracy. So we're going to be doing this with the paper mache, and I got these at Michael's. I was out of town this past week where they had a Michael's, so I was able to get these. So hello everybody, thanks for joining me. And so I got these. They come in a 6-pack, so I'll probably make some more of them for myself. So, and then I also got a pack of these, and it also has a pack of 6 in it. So, and you could use a styrofoam ball or something else if you have something, or even if you have like a pre-made snowman head ornament or something like that, you could put on there. So we're going to be doing it with these paper mache. I like this because it had the little string already attached there at the top of it for it to hang. So after a little bit of work here, we'll have it and get it going. So thanks everybody. We're making a snowman snow cone ornament out of some paper mache, but you can adapt this to other things that you may have. And I've got some buttons. I grabbed some fabric. I wasn't sure if I was going to put a hat. I may just do a scarf. I'm not really sure. I haven't decided yet. You guys can help me figure that out. So I picked out a few fabrics to have for that. And so I'll show you. Let's see here. I got my glue gun on. So you'll need your glue gun on. So I've got this yarn, and this is going to be his head. So I've got one ready to go. I had to experiment last night, make sure this was going to work. So the yarn that I'm using is from Hobby Lobby. It's the Yarn Bee For the Moment Cream collar. And so one side, you can kind of see it's got like a little seam there on like a back, and then the top of it's got the fuzzy part, so it's flat on the one side. So that's what I used to, I tried to keep that straight and go around my ball and glue it as I went. And it got to where that was really frustrating, so I just started winding it on there, and it worked and looks just as good. So hello guys, thank you for joining me. If you're new to me, I would love if you would follow my page, Charmed Southern Home. I did put the description or the link to that up in the top, and there's also a link at the bottom of the page somewhere down here. If you want to click on that, it says Linktree. And if you'd like to follow me on some of my other pages that I have, my YouTube channel or Pinterest or anything, my TikTok, my what is that, Telegram, you can click on that Linktree link down at the bottom, and it will take you to all the places where I have pages at. So you're going to take your ball, your paper mache ball, and we're making a snow cone, and just kind of glue it and tap it, and be careful not to get your fingers burned in the glue. And then I just kind of, as I went, I would just kind of put a little bit of glue here and there to hold it so it didn't slip off. But I was trying to keep the yarn from twisting, and that was pretty much just about near impossible. So I finally just got to the point where I just started wrapping it around, and just kind of just put you a little dab of glue here and there as you go, because it will slide around and fall off. So But I just did that, and I just kept going around and around my ball. And you can do this other ways. You could, if you have fabric, you could cover it with fabric. I did have some fur fabric, but it sheds really bad, and my nose is sensitive about that kind of stuff. So this yarn, it seems like it's maybe a little bit of shed off of it, but not very much at all. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I forgot to look and see the comments. Hello, guys. Thanks for joining me, and I hope everybody has been enjoying this weekend. It's been lots of fun watching everybody. We get so many ideas, and enjoyed the sales Friday. So I hope everybody is doing good and having a good day. I'm in West Virginia, in case I forgot to. I usually tell you guys where I'm in southern West Virginia. We're having a nice day today too. It's sunny. It's a little bit chilly, but not bad. It's tolerable. So just be sure you glue a little bit as you go. And this is going to make him fluffier because when I was holding this up, I don't know if you saw, see it kind of small to go in there, but we're going to fix that. By the time you get this yarn on here, it's going to make him fit a little bit better. So I just keep going around and around, and I got my yarn tangled up last night, and I think it took me about an hour to fix it. So just keep going around until you've got all those little bare edges covered. And don't forget to glue it. Just a little dab here and there to keep it in place. And it doesn't take long at all. If you missed it, this was the Yarn Bee yarn from Hobby Lobby. And then I got my paper mache cone and the balls at Michael's. I'm sure you could order them on Amazon as well. So, but we just keep going around and around. This is taking a lot less time than it did me last night, so I'm glad I did experiment. Because it was a mess last night trying to make sure that I was going to have time to get my project done. All right. So then I'm going to finish it, and I'm going to do it at the bottom, because that part's going to go down in the cone and you won't see it. So I'm actually going to, lost my scissors. I'm actually going to go ahead and cut that off. And then put just a little dab of glue on the end of the ball. And I'm going to grab the fur, just kind of tap, tap, tap till that holds. So then you've got your built-in hanger already. You could use a styrofoam ball, or you could always, glue a little hanger on there and then just kind of cover it up. So that's how you did the ball. So now I've got 2 of those made. And this is one skein of yarn, and I had a mess with it last night, so it's kind of been a big mess. But I have, I made another project with one skein, and I've done 2 balls now, and I still have all this still left. So one skein will go a long way for this project. All right. So there's our snowman's head. So our next thing that we're going to do is, I have a piece of Warm and Natural that I've cut a square out of. So here's my Warm and Natural. And maybe I'll push you back and tip you down just a little bit. All right, so here's our piece of Warm and Natural. And if you don't know what that is, I always heard people talk about it, and I was like, what is that? Where do you find it at? So it's actually called Warm and Natural. It's already got like a kind of a cream colored look to it, and it's got like little flecks of brown and things in there. It's in the section in Hobby Lobby where the polyfill is, like where the quilt batting is. So that's where you find it at if you're at the store looking for it. And it's a pretty big piece, so this will last a while. So I just kind of laid my cone out last night to get an idea of how big of a piece I needed. So I just kind of guesstimated it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my cone and I'm going to lay it on the edge and kind of line up the edge like this. Kind of line it up on the edge. And actually, I'm going to flip it over. So it's got more of a textured side on this one side. So I'm going to have that as my outside part because I want that to show. So I'm just going to flip it over to the back. All right, so then I'm just going to run a bead of glue down the edge of the fabric. Okay. Get and kind of just press it and get it to stick good. I can't talk. Hello there, everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm glad you're able to come get on and watch us. Yes, it's for this one's cream color. The one that I use is cream color for the yarn. All right, so when you got your edge, so it's going to look like that when you have it laying on the table. So I got that side glued. And then I'm just going to take and I'm going to roll it like this. So then it's going to look like that. And I'm going to take, let's see. I'm going to take my fabric scissors and I actually want to, I'm going to try to straighten this out and make it come down straight like that. So I have a straighter line. So I'm just going to eyeball it. So hopefully it'll be sort of straight. If you don't have a good pair of fabric scissors, it is worth the investment. So, all right, cut off, got a little bit, I'm gonna clip that off. All right, so then I'm gonna just run a bead of glue I'm not gonna go all the way like up in here. I'm gonna just from like where the top of my cone is down to the bottom on my fabric. So y'all can see, hope y'all can see everything. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm trying to watch comments. All right, so then I'm just going to press that over. And depending on what you do, if you have like a piece of trim or something, you could hide that seam. I'm just going to make sure I put that towards the back for right now. I might add something to it later, but for right now, I'm just going to leave it. All right, so then we've got the top of it. So I'm going to take the top and I'm going to just kind of press it together like this. And I want to leave some overhang so that I can stuff it down inside the cone. So I'm just going to kind of cut across like right there. Get rid of some of the bulk of it and save that because you can always use scraps. All right, so we're just going to tuck it down in here. And then this is going to help our the head of our snowman be up a little bit more. So it's going to look like that. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue. Now that I know that fits, I'm going to add a little bit of glue so that that will stay in there. So I'm just going to go around the edge of my cone and add a little bit of glue. Let's see, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. I've got that last little bit right there. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the end of that, if I can get it to come out. Okay. All right. All right, so there we go. Now I have glue all over me. All right, let me put this back on the charger for just a second. Let my gun heat back up a little bit. Let's see. Hello, guys. I hope you guys are all doing good. All right, so let me let my glue gun heat back up a little bit. So I'm gonna put the seam to the back. So you can, if you wanted to distress it right now, you can. I'm gonna glue my head on there in just a second. Let that heat up for another minute. It was starting to cool off and it wasn't sticking very well. Hello, sister. All right. So, I'm going to probably just dress it up a little bit, and I like to use the wax, home decor wax folk art, and this one is called, it just says antique wax. It doesn't say, okay. So I got this at Hobby Lobby. I know some people like to use the coffee mixture. I just don't have any of that made up right now, so and when I don't have that, I use this. And it takes just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way. It you just need a little drop. And then I take a, I kind of get like a scruffy brush, one that's more stiff. That's what I like to use. So, hello, Mary Jo. All right. So it's been a busy weekend, and I'm wanting to try to put my tree up this week. There's just too much going on right now. All right, so let me glue the head on. My gun should be a little bit warmer now. All right, so it's going to look like this. You're just going to make sure your string's up at the top where you want to hang it from. So it's going to sit there like that. So I'm just going to go around the edges on the inside of that and put some glue. And then I'm going to come back and set my snowman head on there. Okay. There he is. And I started to do the warm and natural on the head too, and I didn't want it to be so much the same. I like how this has got more texture. It's got the fluff to it. I started to paint it too. There's lots of different ways you could do it. There was just too many options. So I started to paint it and then kind of distress it. But you could put like fake frosting and stuff like that on there. But I liked the fur yarn, so that's what I went with, was the fur yarn. All right, so now that I got it glued together, I'm just going to take my and you could always go back and do this later. I'm just going to take my kind of stiff brush, and I'm just going to dab a little bit into the wax, and I'm going to blot some of it off because I don't know that I want all that on there. So I think I might go around like the ice cream cone is supposed to be, and kind of make like do like the spiral. I think I'll do that. So I might not be able to get all of this done if I do that. So I'm just going around, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to start over in a different spot. Can y'all see that little line? And I think we're just going to go around and do that in both directions, to kind of give it that waffle kind of look. And it's supposed to be kind of primitive, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Y'all, it was hard. It was so hard trying to decide what to make. I had the hardest time. I had so many different things that I was thinking of that I was like, oh, I don't know, I'll do this or that. And finally, last night before I went to bed, this is what I ended up with. So, I hope you guys like it. All right, now so I'm going to take this and I'm going to go back the other way now a couple times. Go back around the other way. And I don't have very much of that wax on my brush. I just have a little bit. You can always add more if you want to add more to it. All right, so I'm going to move over. Here's where I started last time. So I'm going to move over to a different spot and just go around the same way. All right, I might put a little line there, and you can add wherever you think. So can y'all kind of see that? All right, so let me rinse my brush out a little bit. Let me move that their little head out of the way. And you can, if you want to put a little bit on the, I didn't think about that while I had my brush already in there. You can add some onto the snowman's head too. I might add just a little bit maybe. Just here and there. Just to give him a little bit of color. All right. And I got a loose spot, so I'm going to try to fix that a little bit. That holding on there. Wow, this really goes by fast. Okay, I'm actually just going to keep my glue gun up here because. All right, so I went ahead last night and did some of my stuff. So for the nose, I'm going to do the nose first. I cut out a couple of different noses, and I think I like the one with the curves the best. So this is just orange felt, and I cut those out last night. I saw Christy's. I loved hers. Hers was really big. I loved hers. These are smaller, so these, you know, are easier to put on your tree if you want to put them on your tree. Or if you have rusty bed springs, I have one here if I can get to it. If you have a rusty bed spring, I don't know if this one will hold it right, but this one's not really got the right top, but you could put it like in one of those. You need one that's got like a little bit wider top. So I'm going to glue, let's see, let me find the seam. So I can keep the seam in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and glue on my nose because we're running out of time already. So I'm just going to kind of find this, what I think would be the center of his face, and put that on there. And then I did go ahead and pick out some button eyes and buttons for the bottom. And this is the buttons I got from Dollar Tree and just one of these little jars. And they have all different sizes in there. So I picked out some smaller ones for his eyes and a couple bigger ones I'm going to put down here on the front of him. So let me get a little bit of glue on that. And with the fur, sometimes you have to glue, or at least I have had to, with the fur. Sometimes it wants to just glue and hang onto the fur and flop around. And so if it does that, just after it's set up a little bit, go back and just put a little bit of a dab of glue underneath and press it back down again, and it should stay down. But I had that happen to me before, where it just wants to stick to the fur and then it wants to dangle around. So just go back and add a little bit more glue to it later, and that will fix that. All right, I'm making a mess here. All right, so here is so far what we got. So then I'm going to put his buttons on down the front. And I'm going to put a scarf on him. So here's that one. Get another little bit. So there we go. There's what we got so far. Do you make all your projects that you sell? I make a lot of the projects that I sell. I do sell a few things that that I purchase, but I do make a lot of the stuff that I sell. Some of the things behind me, some of them are things I purchased, and some of them are things I've actually made. So if y'all can see behind me, but all right. So there is our snowman, and I will probably have to go back at some point later and add some more details, but I want to put like a little bit of distressing on his nose and give it kind of some outline, and do things like that to it. So I'm going to go ahead and put that away, out of my way. All right, so we got some fabric here for scarves. So y'all let me know what you think. I've got the big buffalo check, or I've got the homespun red and tan, or I've got some stripe. So what do y'all think? And here he is. So what color scarf do you think he should have? And then I'm going to put a little label on him too. I think I'm just going to write, I was going to use my stamps, but I don't have time to do that. So I'm just going to take my Sharpie, and I have a little piece it's kind of like flannel type material. And I'm just going to write Burr on there, I think. So while y'all decide about the scarf, I'm going to write this on here real quick and cut it out. If I had more time, I would go ahead and just use my stamps, but I'm trying to hurry. Red and tan, stripe or red and tan. The middle one, the stripe is different, like the red and tan. Okay, so for right now I'm seeing red and tan a lot, so I'm going to go with that one. All right, so I cut, this is just a little scrap piece of fabric from some other project. So I wrote the word Burr on there. You could put anything you wanted to. And I have some safety pins. I got from Amazon, just black safety pins. And then I'm going to put that on there. So let me get a piece of fabric cut off here for his scarf. I know you can tear it and rip it, but the dust bothers me. So I don't do that. I just fold it, and then, let me see, I'll make him a little wider. So I fold mine, and then I just cut it with my fabric scissors because the dust bugs me. And then I just kind of can fray it. So, all right, hopefully this is big enough for him. Let me lay him down here and get his scarf tied on. Just gonna tighten a knot. There it is. And if you don't glue the scarf on, you can always change this little scarf out. If you have different colors from year to year and you want to keep using your snowman, you could always just not glue the scarf, and you could just change the scarf out every year to match your decor. All right, so I got that. And I may go back to, when I have more time, and add some snow techs here and there on him. So I'm going to take I got a Rusty Bell. I got these off of, I think I got these from Amazon, but you can get them just about anywhere. All right, so I'm going to stick my pen through, I think I need to put my bell on first. It's been a little bit since I did this. I got to think what I'm doing. All right, yeah, so stick the bell on first, and then I'm going to stick the pin through the back of my fabric. And don't poke it through the other side yet. And then I'm going to go up here to his scarf, and I'm going to run it through on the scarf. And then I'm going to poke it through my fabric and fasten it. There he is. So I'm going to add some more details to him, but I don't have time to do that during this segment. But I'm going to also go back. This is called Glitterific. I don't know if you can see that. It's in the, I think I got it in the paint section or the glitter section. I can't remember. At Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to squirt a little bit out on my plate, if I can get it out. Just going to squirt a little bit of it out. And this is kind of an alternative to using the diamond dust, which is so pretty, but it is so messy. I may go back and also add some little cheeks on him. But I've got just a stiff brush, and I'm gonna dip it in that glitterific, and it's just clear with some sparkles in there. I don't know if you can even see them on there, but I'm just gonna kind of go over him, random spots, and give him some sparkle, and that make him glisten in the lights around your tree. Especially like put some on the tag. It looks really pretty on there. You can add a little bit on his buttons. You can put a little bit here randomly, kind of just all over. I love this glitterific stuff. So, yep, the next live crafter will be up in 2 minutes. So be sure that you refresh your screen and watch them. And I hope you're following everybody's pages. Everybody's got such good ideas. Give you lots of inspiration. And can y'all see, especially on the bird tag, you can kind of see it on there, on that. But it gives it some sparkle and it won't come off. So there he is. I hope you like him. I hope you're inspired. If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comment. Or you can message me. But I hope you'd follow my page, Charming Southern Home. The link is up there in the description of the video. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday and all the crafting. And I will see you again real soon. Bye, everybody.